Hi everyone, this is Keith Lubner, managing partner and co-founder of Channel EQ. For this week's Q&A, we had a viewer send us a really interesting question that we thought you all would love to hear the answer to. And here's the question. We have a channel, but it's hard for us to get partners to drive more net new business. Any suggestions? And we actually have three suggestions. They're this. First of all, there needs to be a mindset shift. What we mean by that is years ago, people and partners and the individuals at partners would absolutely go out there and prospect and develop their own business. And what happened for several years is that there's been a shift away from that to a culture of expectation. They're expecting vendors just to dump a boatload of leads on top of them, and it's simply not going to happen these days. And in fact, it's getting worse because the number of leads that they need now represent about 6 to 10 times more than ever before. And vendors simply can't keep up with that, number one. Number two, the most successful partners are the ones that take it on as their own and the ones that prospect on their own. So there has to be a mindset that they need to own it, is what we're getting at. And if they own it, then they're going to implement the processes and the procedures and the prospecting culture that will enable them to build these better pipelines. We need to talk about fundamentals, especially when it comes to prospecting. You see, what's happened is that there's been also another shift that's occurred with technology in that partners and people, and when it comes to prospecting, are relying too much on technology, too much on the digital aspects of technology. They've made that shift all the way across, and they're trying to rely on it just too often. So there needs to be a blend of technology on one hand, but also the human element on the other hand. And that, what we mean by that is that partners and the people and partners, and when they want the prospect, they have to pick up the phone, they have to call, and they have to get really good at that again. We move so far away from it that they're trying to prospect by simply texting or simply emailing, and they're losing the personal touch. And everybody's trying to do that. So if they can blend those two elements, what we call getting back to the fundamentals, they're going to win in the end. And lastly, vendors need to enable their partners to prospect better. Partners need that guidance. They need to learn that blending of the fundamentals that we just spoke about. They need to learn how to get back on the phone and to call people. They need to learn these techniques. And those vendors that put an emphasis on this sort of enablement and this sort of education around prospecting are going to see their partners start to build better and bigger pipelines, net new pipelines, net new prospects in the end. Great question. We look forward to hearing from you next week. And until then, have a wonderful, wonderful week.